What's going on, guys? It's your boy Roliver Queen, and this was a crazy week for comics. Heat of the week, cue the intro. If you guys haven't already, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications so you're always in the loop whenever I drop new videos. And let's not waste any more time, and let's get into these comics. Alright, first up is Batman and Outsiders, issue 16. It's written by Brian Hill, the art is done by Dexter Soy, and the colors by Veronica Gandini. This was my favorite of the week, definitely Heat. It's mainly focused around Black Lightning and Ra's al Ghul, and also Orphan gets some shine as well. But in terms of Ra's and Black Lightning, like the exchange between them is just really intense. Like one of my favorite things about Hill is that even though he's great, with the actual action sequences, the words between the characters are action sequences as well. Like I know that probably doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense, but that's what it is. That's how great he is with the dialogue with these characters. He understands these characters, and just the way that he has them speaking, it works, and they're just, the words are just so powerful, man, and I love it. It is a shame that this book is ending next month, because I'm really gonna enjoy that part most about this title. Also, when it comes to Orphan, Bruce finally realizes that, hey, he's been holding her back this entire time. So I do hope that this kind of feeds into the theory that she's gonna be Batgirl again somewhere down the line. But other than that, the art here is immaculate. Like, I don't have any complaints when it comes to Dexter Soy's art and Veronica Gandini's colors. And listen, I would love for Gandini and Soy to do a Black Lightning book, because they just go ham on this character, man. Just look at how dope he looks. Look at how dope he looks. Also, I know I'm probably spoiling, but look at this, man. Look at this. This is great. I don't even care who you get to write this potential Black Lightning book. If you get these two on there, I will definitely buy it. Just make sure the writer is good. You get Soy and Gandini. Listen, it's a three-way made in heaven. But other than that, my con about this issue is that the fight between Black Lightning and Ra's is very short, and I'm not just talking about the verbal stuff. I'm talking about the actual fight. It's very short, but at the same time, this comic book in general is ending next month, so corners had to be cut. But again, I do hope that this isn't the last time we see these characters, especially Black Lightning, Duke, and Orphan. These are great characters and they deserve their shine. So I hope in next month's issue we establish where everyone is going to be, and I hope that whoever decides to write these characters again, I hope they don't wait too long, because we did have to wait a while to see Black Lightning again. We had to wait a while to see Duke again. Same thing with Cassandra Cain. So again, this was a great issue, but I hope this isn't the end of us seeing these characters again. So the art is great, the story is great, but yeah, it sucks that it's gonna end. But again, a great issue. Black Lightning, excuse me. Yeah, I'm gonna say, Black Lightning and the Outsiders, issue 16. Next up is The Flash 761. It's written by Joshua Williamson, and the art is done by Howard Porter. This issue was also a great issue. One of my favorite things about Williamson is his punchlines, man. He may drag his feet a little bit. But when it's time, for like the heavy moments to hit, they definitely hit. He hits you with the rights, the lefts, the mids, and everything. And he definitely did that here in this issue. So it's pretty much the continuation of the Flash family versus the Legion of Zoom. And there's like a nice 2-page spread here, that shows even more Flash family members jumping into the fight. Some of them I do recognize, some of them I don't. And again, that's probably because, I'm a fairly recent, DC Comics fan, a comic books fan in general. But I do promise I will brush up on my Flash history. But yeah, again, it's just fun to see everybody else joining in on the action. Howard Porter definitely does this thing on the art, and just this issue in general, is the colors are just so vibrant. Hi-Fi's doing the colors here, and it's so vibrant. Everybody has their own color schemes when it comes to their suits, and it flows well together. And again, I'm really happy that we're back to just having one artist on these issues. Like, that's not to take away from the back and forth they're doing in the previous issues, but I just love that cohesiveness. And again, Howard Porter and Hi-Fi definitely knocked it out the ballpark. In terms of the story, I think the biggest kicker for me was figuring out that the Reverse Flash was behind a lot of the major DC events that did happen. So the stuff that was happening in Teen Titans, he had a role to play. That the things that happened in Heroes in Crisis, surprisingly enough, he had a role to play in that. Even the Button as well. So again, we haven't really seen the Reverse Flash, show his ass much during this entire run, but each and every single time that he has popped up, I have enjoyed it, and he has been used well. Like, he's not somebody I can say that I've gotten tired of. So again, that's a really huge plus here for Williamson. I'm excited for Speed Battle. There was a tease for that here in this issue as well. So that's probably not gonna, I don't know, we're probably gonna see that unfold at the end of the month, because it comes out in like 2 weeks. Yeah, but anyways, this was a great issue. I had a lot of fun reading it, and I don't know, this just felt like a celebration of everything that has happened in Williamson's run, and even before that as well. So it's good to see everything just kind of come together in what I believe in a cohesive manner. But yeah, Flash 761, great issue. Definitely go pick it up if you haven't. All right, next up is Nightwing74. It's written by Dan Jurgens and the art is done by Ryan Benjamin. Listen, I did a whole video about this like a couple days ago, and again, this issue is heat. This issue is heat. It's great to see Dick Grayson back. We've waited for almost 3 years for this to happen, and it's finally here. And you know what? This was worth the wait, even though the wait was a long time. So again, this was mainly about the restoration of Dick Grayson. What I do enjoy here is that, the stuff from Red Hood Outlaw, it leaks into here. The stuff from Batgirl 47 and 48, it leaks in here. And now even Batman pops up as well. So, it's cool to see that when Dick came back, everybody else was just there for that huge moment. So it made it more significant. Now, unfortunately, we have to wait next month to see Dick back in the suit, back as Nightwing officially. But again, just the fact that he's back is great, man. And the fact that everybody else was here to witness it was great. Again, I don't really have too many complaints. Actually, I do have one complaint. I guess my one complaint is with the art. Ryan Benjamin, he kind of just tends to make everybody look a little older than they should be, or in Drake's case, a little younger. Let me just even find this panel. I'll use this same panel right here. Look, if somebody who didn't know any better was reading this issue and they saw Drake, and you'll see this throughout the issue as well, you would think this is Robin, because he just looks ridiculously young. Drake is supposed to be older than Robin, but this looks exactly like Robin, which is really odd because, Damian is not on speaking terms with Bruce, so he's most likely not even going to be in the Joker War. So again, it's kind of weird. And also just Nightwing's face, especially in a couple of these panels, he just looks like an old man. He looks like really old. I know Dick is a little older, but he looks a little too old, especially for my liking. But other than that, that's it, man. Again, I'm just really happy that Dick is back. Again, I hope that we can continue to get great Nightwing content moving on. So you got Doom Metal next week. He's going to be popping up in Batman 99. So again, this was a great issue. Enough with the whole just trying to destroy legacy characters, man. Let's just let these guys be. Let Wally be. Let the Titans be. Let Dick be. Man, listen. This Nightwing74. Go read it. Alright, next up is X-Force 12. It's written by Benjamin Percy, and the art is done by Bedalzua. This was, again, another great comic book this week. We're trying to figure out what happened with the Cerebral Sword, because as you know, in the last issue, that got stolen away from Krakoa during that whole invasion. So as a result of this, there's just a lot of animosity here. There's a lot of drama, and I was stressed reading this book. Things are not going well in Krakoa right now. You got Domino kind of at odds with Colossus. Wolverine is at odds with Beast, especially with the nonsense that he pulled at the end of this issue. And, we got the whole. Xeno is still trying to get rid of the mutants, just by doing whatever they can to devalue and just crush everything that, they've built. And man, it's just a mess all around. Like, I hope that the threads from this story just continues on to excuse me, 10 of Swords and even beyond that, because like, what Benjamin Percy has started in this issue, this is great. I love the drama here, and I love drama in my comic books. I love my action, but when I have a nice bit of action and drama, and it's written really well, hey, you know what? I cannot complain. As for the art, again, I have no real complaints. Badalzua is a great artist for X Force. It definitely has that dark, gritty feel. It definitely puts like a whole different spin on Krakoa. And again, that's something that I do like about these X-Men comic books. It's just like every single one of them has their own feel. So like X-Men is more kind of just like the feels more political in a sense, well, especially like the first couple issues. X Force is just really dark and gritty, and all the other titles just have their own feel. And X Force is my favorite so far when it comes to that. And also, too, another thing that I like about this issue is just like what they're doing with Wolverine and the actual Wolverine title in X Force. It kind of just feeds on the narrative that Wolverine really, really, really doesn't like what's happening here on Krakoa. He has a lot of questions. He's not really sure about certain things. And again, if you've been reading the Wolverine comics and you read this, it just flows like cohesively. So it's really great that Benjamin Percy is handling both titles. But again, this was a great issue, X-Force 12. Please go pick it up. It's heat. All right, last but not least is Rise of Ultraman, issue 1. It's written by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom, and the art is done by Francisco Mena. I hope I'm saying that right. This was a great introduction issue. I'm not too familiar with Ultraman, besides the couple episodes I've watched of Rube and a couple episodes I've watched from Ultraman Tiga, the English dub, which is still the greatest Ultraman TV show of all time. But yeah, again, you don't really need to know much about Ultraman to jump into this. It's pretty easy to digest. It follows Cadet Fuji, who just joined the USP, and there's like a lot of secrecy around that. And the USP is pretty much just like a government organization that fights kaiju or like intergalactic threats. But yeah, there's a lot of secrecy, around that organization, and she feels that even though she's in the inner workings of this organization, there shouldn't be this much secrecy, but there is. And like even here, from the reader's point of view, you get that sense of secrecy as well, which is something like I really enjoy. Like they even have these like blotched out like words right here, and that's just a consistent thing throughout the entire issue. Like here, look at that also. Just like there's things that they don't even want us to know. So it's cool that we're gonna be figuring out these secrets alongside with these characters. And as for the art, yeah, Francisco Mena's art. This is my first time, at least to my knowledge, that I've been exposed to his art. Yo, this is immaculate, man. It has like an anime style to it, which is really cool. But yeah, he definitely was the right artist for this. It has the anime feel, so it's probably on purpose, because Ultraman is a Japanese property. So again, like, listen, if I wasn't on board already with the story, I definitely am when it comes to the art. So I hope he's here for the long haul, and this definitely makes me want to check out other comic books that he's done art for. But yeah, this is a great issue. The other characters, Shin, he's looking like he's going to be a pretty interesting character. And Muramasa, I hope I'm saying his name right. He's looking like he's going to be a great character as well. And the dynamics between all three of them is pretty interesting there. So again, I'm definitely going to be picking this up for the long haul. I do really appreciate, Kyle's work on Nightwing and most importantly Power Rangers. So I'm pretty sure he's going to do a great job here with Ultraman. So yeah, go pick this up. Again, you don't need to know anything about Ultraman. You can just jump right in. So yeah, I'm really excited for this series. Ultraman issue 1. Alright, so just like my last video, I do have comic books that I am collecting, but I'm going to sit down and read all of them when the run is over. And this week, that is Dark Knight's Death Metal, Trinity Crisis. So it's written by Scott Snyder, the art is done by Francis Manapul, and Herring does the colors. So again, I'm not following death metal as it comes out. The only thing I am going to be following consistently is doom metal because of Nightwing. But other than that, the main metal storyline and everything else attached to it. Oh, also, I'll take that back. I'm going to be following speed metal and doom metal. But yeah, everything else I'm putting on the back burner to prep myself for death metal. I'm just catching up on all the other crises. So I'm going to read Crisis on Infinite Earths again. I'm finally going to open up the Infinite Crisis omnibus, and I do have to get my hands on the Final Crisis omnibus as well. So while I'm doing all that, I'm going to let death metal stack, and then I'm going to sit down and read everything in one sitting, because the first metal was better when I sat down and read it all in one go. So I'm just going to do the same here. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see, what Snyder and them is doing. Supposedly, this is gonna be another reset for the DC universe. So again, I'm excited. I don't really have much to say. So yeah, that's Trinity Crisis for you guys. And that is it. So again, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe. Again, I appreciate all the love that you guys have been giving me. And don't forget that I am streaming tomorrow, Friday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. Much love, much peace. Roliver Queen out, and don't forget to wash your hands and wash your ass. Be easy.